Okay, you ready? We'll call the meeting to order. It was properly posted on June 21st. This is a special meeting, and item 3 is to instruct the BOCC IT department to move the electronic benefit files from the county clerk server to the Board of County Commissioners server effective July 1st.
Move the item.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is that clear, Rob? Good to go. All right, and then item 4 has come to my attention that this item is premature, and at this time it's been advised that we should probably strike this and bring it back at a future meeting. Is there a motion
Move to strike.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Our infrastructure committee.
Move this.
I think we need to visit a little bit about this.
Okay.
Because if the way I read it, it incorporates not only the abstract location, but also the MIS contingent from the county clerk's office across the hall. And I think I'd like to have Mr. Monroe maybe address some of these. I'm wondering how much space we really need for the 3 people that are going to be benefits plus their files.
Currently, the abstractors occupy 872 square feet. County clerk IT occupies 584 square feet. Let me show you. Sorry, I only have. This is the abstract location.
Yes.
This is the IT application.
And the piece over on this side is the abstract. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm oriented now.
This is the MIS training room on the west end and south hallway.
Yeah. Do we know what it's going to cost to move the IT?
I don't have that.
Stuff?
I don't have that cost.
Yeah. Would there be enough room for what we need as far as the employee benefits and their files in the abstractor space?
I believe so. The file storage currently utilized by the county clerk approximates 250 to 350 square feet of vertical rolling files. The answer is yes.
Just the file storage?
Yes.
What about the people, the office space for the people?
I believe that space could accommodate those folks, yes.
Okay. Well, I was just concerned about the expense of moving all of the MIS equipment from its current location.
That would be something I think Rob Teal could better answer. I know our crew takes care of the communications and wiring the hard part of that, but I'm uncertain as to what the hard costs would be.
Okay.
Rob?
Sure. There, you guys are talking about the training room downstairs in the corner, right?
Talking about their current IT location there on 2, across the hall from the abstractors space.
Yes. I would have to get back with you on that as far as what cost would be associated with moving that equipment. If it's just a matter of moving the equipment, I'll need to actually go into the room, analyze it, and I don't see any cost associated with having to move IT equipment unless it's bolted to the floor.
Okay. Good.
Are you talking about the Meridian phone system?
What we're talking about is, that IT room, which is just right across from the abstractor's office. It's got network drops in there for 6 or 7 stations that have, 2 power on each station, so, that would have to be redone. It's a big work area that we have put out to where you can put computers and servers and do hardware maintenance and things like that. Imaging computers, different things that we can do a lot faster than we could before, that we have that space. And we have the storage that's built in, and a lot of the architecture that went into that. I think we estimated it being roughly around $20,000 to reconstruct that area that we have, with all the labor and time and effort that went into it.
And Keith, are you talking about a kind of a permanent relocation to that space downstairs, or an interim?
That could be an interim location. Mr. Hooten's predecessor had a little bit of a plan and the expectation that the abstractors would move into what is now occupied by the Witness Center, the northwest corner of the annex, which is adjacent, immediately adjacent to the area in which they work. Recall that the Witness Center is to be permanently located.
What are we talking
Your
about?
office, right?
Are we talking about Carolyn's old office?
Exactly.
Well, and hers.
Okay, and you were in there as well.
That's right, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Well, if you think there's enough room for the 3 employees and the files in where the title companies are now, I think and not have to disrupt the MIS folks across the hallway. I think that'd be
I think so. Cody just brought up a great point.
okay. Hallway.
It may not be able to be used for anything other than perhaps file storage of some kind.
Yeah. Really, it's ingress and egress.
That can be changed. There's been some discussion about ingress and egress from within office space, which would allow for storage. So I think some adjustments could be made.
Okay. Can we try that before we disrupt all what is currently across the hall? If it's gonna cost $20,000 to move it. Right, yeah. Well, if the title space works, then we don't have to spend the $20,000, and they don't have to move. That was my point. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud. The clerk's office doesn't have to move their MIS department if the space across the hall where the title companies are currently is sufficient for the 3 employees in the file room. It sounds like he thinks that it may be.
Thank you, Chairman. What we're talking about is an area that houses 6 people, although 6 people aren't always there. It's always been in that area. And then there's a kitchen space attached, which is a large kitchen area that we were going to renovate. But we don't need, if you're moving those people, you get that space and the kitchen space, which hopefully would be plenty of room. And our hopes are that if that will work for you all, that would be perfect in that we won't have to relocate our MIS, because we had spent further money on that area locks and keyless entry, different things, but it really would be about $20,000 for us to move it anywhere else. So if you guys can contain in that kitchen and that 6 space area and move the abstractors downstairs, then I think that would be just great for us, and I think we'll all be happy and we'll be fine. I just want to make sure you know that kitchen space is pretty big and it's not really being used at all. And once we move them downstairs, then we'll worry about where we're going to give them break time or stuff, which we'll do something. Thank you all.
Okay. Anything else?
Is that sufficient?
Yeah, this is, this agenda item is there's two pieces to this agenda item. One is to use the abstractor's location. The other is to move the county clerk's MIS department out and use that space as well. Okay. If that's your motion, that's your motion, okay.
Is that your second?
No,
Oh, you're not going to second?
no, I don't think we ought to be moving the MIS department. I think we've got sufficient space from the title companies. Apparently, I mean, look, that would be my preference.
Get your mic.
I'm thinking about contingency and how easy is it going to be for you and your people to, I might be asking the wrong man. Where's the MIS guy? I mean the benefits guy. Come on down. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. But you both can stay,
Okay.
please. Okay, the reason I like this drawing is because it seems to me an easy flow between all of your people and your IT section. And that bit, they don't have to move from one place to another. That's what I want to see.
May I look at the drawing?
Contiguous.
He wants to see your drawing. Keith, you want to point out what they're looking at? Keith? Yes. You want to point out what they're looking at?
Yeah,
Help be clear.
Your IT people
Right,
are
right
located
there.
here, and the abstractors are located here.
Right,
Your kitchen currently is
right.
like so. It would be this,
Yeah,
this.
that's the place in. So that's all we're saying is that if we can do all that, is it?
Well, not all of this, this is.
That's already, I know, yeah,
that's
I understand,
occupied.
yeah.
I think
There.
the expectation is to utilize, this, the abstractors. Go
Right, down there,
before we get that.
sure, that's
And
fine.
then this, I understand, is what's in question.
Yes, sir.
Can I,
please.
as we are currently staffed and how we currently do business and benefits, it looks like just that abstractor space would be plenty of room for us. The most important thing really to have some secure storage for our benefits files, because those have to be locked up by HIPAA. There's a lot of protection. So at the end of that, and I'm looking at the west of the kitchen is where a good secured space. It doesn't have to be a big space, but really just a file room that's out of access to everyone that walks in. And it's really currently 3 people in benefits, so that space looks big enough currently without having to disrupt the IT, but that's only my opinion.
One question that because I remember the infrastructure committee discussions,
Okay.
I think the issue was, and they can answer it better, is they needed a place to have meetings with employees that was private and away from everybody.
Right.
Is that still true? Because are you going to have meetings with
Well,
in your office in front of the other two?
yeah, they can hear what we talk about really because that's in their job duties, but it would be nice to have, sometimes we'll pull someone into the BOE room if they want to talk, or a private space, and I haven't been involved in how the build-out of the abstractors room is going to be, if there's going to be secure offices, or if it's cubicles, or what. So I don't know.
You're not going to have private space.
Okay. There's some extra conference rooms. There's a executive session room, there's a BOE room across the hall we could go to if we wanted to have a private conversation, but of course that's up to the board, however the board sees it.
And my office is always, we use my office a lot for meetings, which I know didn't used to happen, but we do it all the time now, and they're always welcome to my office as long as I'm not trying to hold a meeting too.
Thank you.
We get along great.
Great.
Okay.
Well, there's a conference room in there in Dan's office.
Yeah, just,
That could be used.
just a conference room.
Yeah.
If there's one available, that would work. And we have 3 then on this floor that we could use. Thank you.
Okay, so it's your opinion that you don't need that space. You're agreeing with Commissioner Vaughn then, with what he's saying? Okay.
Okay. Well, then I'll withdraw my motion and let you do your thing.
All right, then, I would just, follow the same language here, except I would just limit it to the, abstractors location and their, break room, I guess, that's been taken out.
And you want to second that? Or no?
I will.
Okay. So motion and seconded, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Did you want to say no? Okay. All right, passes. Now, is there a motion to recess into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
For letters for employment for those 3 individuals, so that they may continue their excellent service to the county.
Second that motion.
All in favor say aye.
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 No. All right, is there any citizens to be heard? If not, Commissioner comments, District 1?
Nothing further.
District 3? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye. Welcome.